Greetings, my name is LeRoy and welcome. Natural physics will explain in down-to-earth scenarios how the principles of physics could have come about from observing nature. Each episode begins with a scenario followed by an example to illustrate the application of these principles in futuristic research at the frontiers of science, such as my astrophysics research, and then concludes with an exploration of how these same principles could have very well been used by ancient cultures and civilizations. Mathematics is naturally encountered and incorporated as the exciting and fun tool of science that it is. Science is the window into our amazing world of nature, and mathematics is the tool to open that window. Natural physics encompasses current, futuristic, and ancient physics, and ties them together by the principles of physics that are common threads running throughout each.
Greetings. I'm LeRoy and welcome to Natural Physics, live from Costa Rica. Wow, when we first came on, I had that look. Okay, are we actually going to make it this time? We've had technical difficulties, and actually, podcasting is kind of like television was back in the late 40s. I mean, it's new. Things are being ironed out. It's just very cool. I feel like I was back in the 40s, right? When television started to come about and people were saying, hey, have you heard about this deal called television? Podcasting is very new, very new. And I could be wrong, but I believe it's fairly new to Costa Rica. So it is, and I want to use this word, it is a burgeoning field. I think not only internationally, but especially here in Costa Rica. Okay, before we begin, I would like to thank Mindy and Dr. Joseph Lebovic for graciously sponsoring this episode of Natural Physics. I am so happy, honored, and proud to have them as our very, very first sponsors. All right. Okay. All right. Now, where we're going to begin, there's a free online program called Stellarium that you can download to your laptop, your desktop, your cell phone, Windows, Mac. It's an open source is what it's called, and it's free, totally free. And you can basically put a planetarium at your fingertips. So using that, I'm going to demonstrate what I talked about when I said about the lunar nodes, which in summary, in summary, ancient civilizations, whether the Borucas, the Sumerians, the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Chaldeans, the Hittites, the Egyptians, the Mayan, the Aztec, no matter the Chinese, no matter the ancient culture, it seems that everybody started out checking out the moon. Very, very logical, right? Seriously logical. And they all got very, very expert at keeping track of the movements of the moon across the night sky. And following that was the sun. But so the lunar nodes are the points where basically the moon crosses the path of the sun. And there's two of them. Because the moon orbits the Earth at an angle of about 5 degrees, it's going to cross the orbit of the sun twice, going up and coming down. And I had said this earlier, but nothing beats a picture, right? Pretty, pretty, pretty pictures to demonstrate what you're saying. So we're going to use Stellarium to do that. And once again, in summary, if the two lunar nodes are known, basically the points on the Earth's orbit where the moon crosses, the points on the sun's orbit where the moon crosses its path. And when the sun is close to one of those lunar nodes, if there's going to be a new moon very near that time, when the sun is close to one of those lunar nodes, if there's going to be a new moon, then there's a very strong possibility that there's going to be a solar eclipse. Because what does that mean? A new moon basically means that the moon is crossing between the sun and the earth, right? That's what a new moon is, basically. And if the sun is close to a node when there's going to be a full moon, then that basically means that there's a strong possibility that there's going to be a lunar eclipse. Because what is that? That's when the earth has passed between the sun and the moon. So let's go to a stellarium. It's very cool. You're going to see. And let me demonstrate what this means. And to show you, it's very possible that all these ancient civilizations were able to keep track of the motions of the moon and the sun. I mean, it very much is. And the ingenuity of the human race. So I'm going to do a share screen, and we're going to go to Stellarium. Okay. All right. I'm going to click that. All right. Okay. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go to, here's the Stellarium website, okay? You just type in Stellarium, and as you can see, you can download if you have Mac or Windows. And there's a user's guide, which is this. I mean, 395 page user's guide, right? And okay, so I'm going to go to, there's a particular chapter about equinoxes that I'm going to go to, and I'm going to read from that from a little bit so that you become gotcha. Hey, I said I was never going to do documents again on this show, if at all possible. All right, so there's a user's guide, very informative, almost 400 pages. All right, so let's go back to this. You can download it. Now, I've downloaded it. So let's bring up Stellarium on my website. And Ray, please let me know if you cannot see this. Okay, so I'm going to double click on it. Excellent. Don't we have such a cool way of letting us know when things are rolling okay? Huh? Hey, that rhymed. We have a cool way to let us know when things are rolling this way. Okay, now, Stellarium has come up. Now, down here, you see that it says Santa Ana, Costa Rica. Well, I'm in Huachipilan, but that's cool. It's close enough. And you can actually input your exact location. And the scenery is from a place in France. I believe the developers of this open source software are from France, special connection with France, but this is the countryside of France. And as you can see, we're looking in the south direction. So I want to show you how ancient peoples may have kept track of the movements of the moon first. So we're going to go here, and then we go to, I'm telling you, this is so cool. Download it. You have a planetarium at your fingertips. Seriously. I first found out about Stellarium in 2010. I wasn't even in Costa Rica yet. Okay, so you go to ephemeris. Now let's do the moon first. So I'm going to select the moon. And all we want to do is for it to track the path of the moon across the sky. So I'm going to say calculate ephemeris. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do, let's swivel around to the east because, oh, see, there's the line there. Now let's go down here and we're going to speed up time a little bit so we can see this before not sitting around too long. So about 4 clicks usually does it. And just see that now. That was too fast. Okay, so let me stop it. Go back to where we were. 3 clicks. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Be patient. It's going to show the rising of the moon. along the east horizon, and you see the time how it sped up. It's already saying that we're about. Oh, see, there goes the moon up. Isn't that tight? I mean, right? So let's just let it roll. Okay, so the moon is going up, right? All right, and you see the different. Oh, you can set this to show constellations, comets, asteroids, planets, deep space objects. Okay, so let's swivel around to the west because it's probably that's where the moon is gonna set. So we saw where the moon rose. Let's see if we can see where the moon sets, okay? All right. And again, just imagine millennia ago. Okay. Oh, got to go over. Okay. Did I miss the moon coming down? Hope I didn't. I hope I didn't miss it. I don't think I did though. Um, let's just keep seeing. It should come into the picture any minute. Isn't this cool how it even shows how the orbit of the moon with its 5-degree angle, how it changes along the horizon? And I have no doubt that ancient peoples, no matter the culture, the continent, okay, there goes the sun. Okay, there goes the sun coming down. Not too far apart, huh? The sun, where the sun hits the horizon, there's Venus, and where the moon, I may have missed it. I thought I didn't, but okay, you get the point though, huh? There's no reason why ancient cultures and civilizations were not able to keep track of where on not only where on the horizon that the moon set every night for however many years. Oh, there goes the moon. I didn't miss it. Okay? So there we are looking west, and we see where the moon sets. Okay? So now let's do this. You saw a little bit of it before, but now let's select the sun. So let's go down to the sun. We're going to say calculate the ephemeris. Okay. Okay. So let's swing around to the east and watch the sun come up. And remember, this scenery is in France, but it's cool. So let's okay, now that was too fast. Okay, let's go back. Notice how it says when you click this, you go back to the current date and time. And now we're just going to speed it up. 1, 2, 3 clicks. Be patient. Let's just watch the sun come up to again illustrate how, okay, now, hey, there's the moon, right, that came up, right? There was a definite position. Where was it? About right there. Okay, so we're waiting for the sun to come up. Okay, so my cursor is about where the moon came up. I know y'all get my point. Looking to the east and the west, all cultures around the earth were very adept at keeping track of where the moon first and then the sun later came up on the horizon, the path of both celestial bodies across the sky, and where they intersected. And somebody at some point in all those cultures, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Da 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 da. It's all right. Da 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 da. Okay, so there was the sun that came up. All right, let's go back down. My apologies to the Beatles for maybe totally jacking their song up. Okay, all right. So again, everybody, check out Stellarium. So there we have, you can see from Stellarium how you can keep track of where both celestial bodies come up and go down on the horizon. You can track the paths of both the moon and the sun of each cross. And you get your lunar nodes. I'm sure that they didn't call it that. They may have it out. And somebody somewhere along the line happens to notice that whenever this happens, there seems to be a solar, if the sun is close to one of those points where the path of the sun and the path of the moon cross, somebody happened to notice that if the sun was close by, there'd be a solar or a lunar eclipse, depending upon if it was going to be a new moon or a full moon. Again, going through data, crunching data in prehistoric times, right? Seriously, just like Kepler did with Tycho Brahe's voluminous books of data of astronomical observations, and he went through that data, found a pattern, fit it to a mathematical equation. I mean, unreal, huh? So again, with these ancient cultures, excuse me, that's what somebody did millennia ago to establish these ancient cultures' ability to predict lunar and solar eclipses. Unbelievable, huh? How the human race has been able to do that. Now, I don't want to discount the theories about us having been contacted back in the day by ancient civilization, extraterrestrials. That would be so awesome. But never, never rule out the ingenuity of the human race. Seriously. Okay, so I'm going to close Stellarium now, everybody, and it's a great, again, it's a planetarium at your fingertips. And actually, this scenery of France, you can actually go in there and put it to any location you want. I mean, for example, we could put the location to be in the Boruca village, right? As long as you have the coordinates, which is why when Mariela read those latitude and longitudes in the documentation, that we would plug those in, and then we would be viewing the sky from the archaeological sites in the Diki Delta. And not only that, everybody, you saw how I could speed up time and whatnot. You can actually go back into time. I could put the time into a Stellarium to be 2000 BCE, before Common Era. Remember, we don't do BC, we do BCE, before Common Era. And also, we don't do AD, we do ACE, after Common Era, okay? They're pretty much the same, but one's more scientific than the other. So, yeah, we could punch in 2000 BCE, and Stellarium would take us back to 2000 BCE, the way the night sky looked, the orbits of the planets, the constellations. Can you believe that? So check it out. I mean, it is just so cool. Okay, so I'm going to close out Stellarium. Okay. And again, they have the user guide. Very informative. Okay. All right. Okay, so now you have, I hope you have a good idea of what I was talking about when I said the lunar nodes, right? It simply means where the paths of the sun and the moon cross, and the ability to know when the sun is going to be close to either one of those two nodes, and then to know if it's going to be a full moon or a new moon. Okay. All right. Now, everybody, that brings me to my next point. I believe that we have completely gotten as far as we can get in terms of the spheres. We started out with me doing the physics mathematical equations to get an idea of how much the sphere located on the campus of the University of Costa Rica might weigh, right? We came up with 10 tons. We talked about different ways that could be moved. Oh, by the way, everybody, again, there's nothing you can't find on the internet. Okay, right here, where is it? I was curious about, right now, who would be considered the strongest person in the world. So I Googled it. And interesting enough, it's an actor that plays in this program called Game of Thrones. I've never watched it. I've seen advertisements about it, but it seems like it's slamming. I mean, it looks really good. and I think it's gotten a lot of awards. So this dude is in that show, and he deadlifted 501 kilograms, which equates to 1,104 pounds. So you figure it would take 20 of this person to deadlift our 10-ton sphere. 20. 20. Okay, just visualize 20 people standing around our sphere on the campus of the University of Costa Rica. Where would you apply the force? Okay, where? How would you distribute the force? So we still have a lot to talk about in that area. But again, just wanted to tell you about that. 20 of the world's strongest person to deadlift our 10-ton sphere. Whoa. Okay. All right. Now, again, I think that we have done what we can concerning the spheres. I mean, I tell you, everybody, we found out that there's not a whole lot of literature written on them, right? I mean, I feel like I'm back in the 1930s, right? When archaeologists were discovering all kind of new sites, right? I really do. There's not a lot known about this. And the fact that these spheres sit right in the midst of current day Costa Rica, almost like fixtures that you don't even notice. The fact that you have that ancient culture so ingrained in the modern everyday life of Costa Ricans, and they just go unnoticed. I really feel like we have a chance at discovering something that nobody else has. We've looked at the authority paper on the spheres. We've looked at other documentation that was out there. Okay, so the only thing left to do is to go to the source. The only thing left for us to do is go to the Boruca. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing screen right now. Okay. All right, cool. So the only thing, everybody, left to do is go to the source, to the Boruca. That is the only thing left to do. All right. Now, that being said, after this episode, we're going to take a 2-month hiatus. And you know I want to use that word. We're going to take a 2-month hiatus. Kind of reminiscent of summer reruns, right? That the TV shows back in the day did, right? Yeah. But what we're going to be doing during these 2 months is we're going to be putting together our package because, oh, hey, baby.
Hi, honey.
From Mariela,
Happy
Bonilla to
anniversary, baby.
Tirza. Yeah. Everybody, I'll take a little. Okay. This happens to be my wife and I's 3rd year anniversary of being married. Yeah. Okay. And her name is Tirza, Tirza, Geib, Geib. It'll pop up there in a minute. But, and everybody, we've actually been together 12 years, 12 plus. Okay. And isn't it cool that we've actually lived in Costa Rica for 8 years? So we've actually been together double the time in Costa Rica that we were in the United States. Huh? What an adventure. What a life adventure.
What an adventure.
Oh, wow. Yes, baby. Yes. And how's everything going?
Hi, baby.
Everybody, my wife is in LA. She's a radiologist. She does.
Baby, I'm not a radiologist.
Okay.
I'm a radiologist technologist. I'm a tech.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Dr.
Right.
Bobovic is a radiologist.
I got it. Okay. Very cool. How's your day going?
It's going awesome, my husband. How is your day going?
Oh, it's going great. I was just telling everybody how we had made the decision to take a 2-month hiatus after this episode, and I was just about to tell them how we're going to approach the Borucas, because at where we're at, this is the only logical thing left to do, is to go to the source. We've looked at the documentation, both past and current. I've done my physics and math thing on the spheres. We found out how mysterious the Boruca culture itself is, in addition to the spheres. So the only thing to do now is to take a break. It's summertime. Everybody's chilling out in the summer, and we're gonna. So everybody, here's what I was gonna say. So fall equinox is September the 22nd, Wednesday. Okay? Fall equinox. Remember how important the equinoxes seem to be in the documentation that Mariela read from the authority documentation on the spheres. All right. So this is what we're going to do, everybody. September 22nd here, I'm gonna do a share screen here, okay? Because I'm gonna take everybody through this, okay? So what we're gonna do, everybody, is on September 22nd. Now let me just go back. Okay, I typed in Borucas. Where are they located at? And what came up was this. So if you select Punta Neres province, that takes you to this. Okay? So Punta Neres province is where the village of, can you see this okay, babe?
I can, but you know what, honey, I got to get back to work.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I want to play our video. Okay, everybody, let's take a side turn.
Did you notice what I was wearing?
Of course. So let me, Ray, could you please, I'm going to stop sharing. Ray, if you would, could you please pull up my video of, it's called Wedding Stairwell. And everybody, this is from our wedding day. We had done the ceremony here at home, and I wanted to take the opportunity to do an old-fashioned carrying my new bride across the portal. So Ray, if you would, please play that video.
Scary.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I got it. This would be the perfect time for me to. I got it. Yeah. All right. Most excellent.
You're very silly,
Thank
honey.
you, Ray. I know I am, baby. All right.
Okay, thanks,
Get
guys.
back to work.
You have a rest of a great show. Okay, hi, Mariela. Bye, Ray. Bye, honey. I love you, and happy anniversary.
All right, silly. All right,
Bye.
baby.
Okay, bye, baby. Bye, baby.
Silly's my code word for telling her I love her. Okay, yeah, mushy.
Bye,
All right, silly. Bye, baby. All right, most excellent 3rd year wedding anniversary. Wow. All right. Okay, so now let's see. Where was I at? Okay, so all right. So again, I think I need to do a screen share. Okay. Share screen. All right, here we go. Okay. So again, The Borucas are located in the Punta Netas province. And there you see a map of Costa Rica, right, where that territory is located. Now, we're in the Central Valley where I'm located, but it's not that far, as you're going to see. Okay, so now if you hit the capital of the Punta Netas province is Punta Netas. So if you hit that, you get this. Okay, so this is the capital of the city. Well, actually, I guess this is the capital of the area in which the Boruca village is located. Okay, it's on the coast. All right. Okay. Now, check this out, everybody. Now, this is where I'm located in Huachipilin de Escazú, San Jose, Huachipilin de Escazú, Costa Rica. All right. It's only 1 hour and 24 minutes to drive from here to where the Borucas are on the coast. Only 1 hour and 24 minutes. I had no idea that they were that close. And I think I know why. When I started getting into this, I was people talked about the Bribri, which is another indigenous peoples. And they're located further away, I think. So, yeah, I'm very surprised to find out that the Boruca are this close by. And all we got to do is what? Head west, straight west. You see this right here, Freeway 27? I could walk the Freeway 27 from our house, from our home in about, I'd say about maybe 10 minutes. Yeah. Oh, this is a straight shoot. All right. So once we get there, plenty of accommodations, everybody. Check this out. Reasonable prices, too. There's a $35, $55, huh? However you want to roll. And check this out. Ponta Leona, that is where Tirza and I had our honeymoon. After we got married 3 years ago, about a month later or so, we went to Punta Leona. Beautiful, beautiful lands. I mean, you got iguana walking around the place. It's amazing. Right on the ocean. It's a resort, but it doesn't feel like a resort, right? Because this is Costa Rica, right? People don't really go about having all the airs and whatnot, right? Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Not really. So, and they even actually have a day, I think, where everybody that lives in the neighborhood can roll into the resort and hang out. Yeah, seriously. So reasonable prices. My first experience with what's it called? When everything is paid for, food and drinks. I can't believe I can't think of the name. Anyway, that was my first, they have them on cruise ships and whatnot. That was my first experience with that. I can't believe I can't think of the name of that. Anyway, you really got to learn to pace yourself. I mean, with the food, because you want to take advantage of everything, right? You're paying for it. You want to catch every meal, right? So anyway, okay, so plenty of places to stay. All right, everybody. So this is it. September 22nd. Here you see that, I guess I missed it. Okay. There we go. Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021 at 3:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which here in Costa Rica, we are 2 hours behind. So that would be 1:21 p.m. for us. And that'll be the time of the day when the fall equinox occurs. Okay. Now, sunrise. Sunrise, if you scroll down, excuse me, to September 22nd, sunrise is at 5:25 a.m. our time. So everybody, on the fall equinox, September 22nd, Wednesday, literally 2 months from tomorrow, today's the 21st of July, we will be coming to you live from one of the archaeological sites adjoining the Boruca village. We will have our equipment set up to watch sunrise with the spheres at 5:25 a.m., right? That's what it said. 5:25 a.m., okay? And later that day, we will have set up to have an audience, excuse me, with the elders of the village. We will have an official interpreter, one who can speak Borucan and Spanish, and then Mariela will be able to provide us with Spanish to English. Speaking of Mariela, we have a video that she made. She's busy teaching right now. So let's get to that video.
Greetings from Costa Rica. Welcome to Natural Physics. My name is Mariela Bonilla. Today is our 12th episode, the last one of this season. We've been talking about the spheres located in Costa Rica. We've been talking about history, science, nature, traditions. We've been talking about so many different topics. Thank you for being interested in my country, in Costa Rica. And for next season, we're going to have so much more information and lots of surprises. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye.
Thank you, Mariela. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Now, everybody, I want you to be able to contact us during these 2 months because we're going to be, you got to figure, I'm sure we're going to get an audience with the elders of the Boruca, but we're going to we're going to take our best possible effort to do that. We're going to learn during these 2 months. Mariela was the lead in of learning about their culture so that when we speak to them, we'll be knowledgeable about their culture so that we can approach them intelligently and we can talk to them about how important and unique their culture is, okay? That's what we're going to do. And we're actually going to arrive there probably the weekend before. I'm thinking Friday, right? So Wednesday's the 22nd, Tuesday's the 21st, Monday the 20th, Sunday the 19th, Saturday the 18th. So the 17th probably. 17, yeah. And get there, get the lay of the land, maybe hang out in the village, just kind of get to know people, right? Before we step to the elders. But they will know beforehand. We will send them like a publicity, a PR package, right? Maybe some of it with some of our podcasts with subtitles in their language, right? To get across to them why we're coming, why we're there. And we will ask them everything, everybody, not only who, when, why, and how, but how do the Boruca think the spheres were transported? How do they think the spheres were formed? Okay? What do they think? What do they think? That's what we want to know. So if we can get with them and just get some little inklings into that, we have a total unknown enigma that, as I said before, has not been explored whatsoever when you talk about all the other archaeological sites around the world. We have a true treasure. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm going to share screen because I want to make sure that I know what I want to do. Okay, yes, I'm glad I did. So during these 2 months that we are doing all this of getting our information together, I want you to be able to contact us. So if you type in naturalphysics.com, the Natural Physics website comes up, okay? And if you scroll down to the bottom of this, there's information about my idea about natural physics. And hey, you'll see that episode 11, you could just hit play and it'll play the podcast. And you see the links to the podcast channels, okay? And Yeah, I'm gonna just take you on a little tour. Before that, though, okay. See, now this is our address: 254 Paseo Las Vadaneas, Escazú, Costa Rica. You could mail us. Here's our email: LeRoy at naturalphysics.com. Phone number: you can call or text. We're going to get to the contact form in a minute. So, consulting, if you go to the consulting tab, this just it just shows you some of the activities I had with respect to outreach internationally in Nigeria. And yeah, it is great. My research paper, this is the research I did concerning supernova remnants and the possibility that cosmic rays may come from them. And here's our podcast channel. Okay. You can go on this. Look, there's all the episodes, right? You can just click on them. Talk about summer reruns, right? Okay. Education. Now, teachers out there, there's resource materials here that you can go to. For example, links to workshop presentations. These are the links to the presentations that I gave in Nigeria in 2016 about outer space. Where is outer space? How do we view outer space from the Earth? How do we get to outer space? What's in outer space? And how does the environment of outer space differ from Earth? And there's other resource materials. Please feel free to use those. Okay? Seriously. Okay. All right. And then there's other presentations at the planetarium here in San Jose, Costa Rica. Okay. So yeah, resource materials, please use them. Anybody, not just teachers. Entertainment. This basically is the trailer, the pilot that Ray and I made back in 2017. He came down here to Costa Rica, hung out. We had a great time. Yeah. And yeah, check it out. You basically, you'll see a lot of this is in the first episode, right? And then here we are about me, okay? My background, okay, and whatnot. And this right here, this is really from my birth certificate, okay? Because people used to say, oh, your name's not LeRoy, it's LeRoy. Okay, and I would say, no, it really is LeRoy. And that was before I knew that it was French and that in France it would be pronounced LeRoy. But yeah, so that's kind of an inside joke there that, yeah, see, it really is spelled LeRoy. It's on my birth certificate. Okay, and now last but certainly not least, the contact page, everybody. Please use this form to contact me. And also, I don't know if you can do this, Ray, but can you put Mariela's, at some point, put her email address up there too? But everybody, during these 2 months, see, this is where we're located. See, there's San Jose, and we're actually in a suburb of San Jose. Okay. So, please, questions, comments, I mean, yeah, okay, please contact us. Call us, text us, drop us an email, use this contact form. And don't forget, everybody, that you can go on Facebook. Why don't I just do that? If I click on Facebook, it brings up my Facebook page. All right, so I'm gonna just show you this real quick. Podcast listeners, you know that any episode you want, you can go and play them again. Okay, everybody, if you go up here to videos in Facebook, and let's just type in natural physics episode 11. Okay, there we go. Comes up. You can play it anytime. Wow, check that out. It's showing that we're doing 12 right now. Okay. Same thing in YouTube, everybody. if you just go to YouTube, okay? All right, just go to YouTube and okay, I'm gonna do a search and I'm gonna do natural natural physics. Look at that, episode 10. Just click on it, it comes up. So everybody, during these 2 months, you can go back and you can I'm gonna stop sharing. I think I've shown everything that I wanted to share. Oh, let me show this real quick, everybody. Okay, so as of last episode 11, check this out. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down. This is so cool. Thanks to Ray for providing this. Okay, here we go. We have 14,259 downloads of podcasts. This doesn't include the views on live stream. Here's the locations. I'm going down the road. USA, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, Hungary, Netherlands, Colombia, Spain, India, Singapore, Japan, France, Australia, Finland, United Arab Emirates, Taiwan, province of China, Italy, Bahrain, Czechoslovakia, and Hong Kong. All you podcast listeners, it has been this first season of Natural Physics. It has been a true honor to be able to talk with you and reach you in all your different locations. I mean, it's just unreal. That's when technology is cool, isn't it? Unbelievable. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So I believe I have covered everything that I wanted to cover on this, our 12th episode, the finale of our first season. Obviously, I'm getting a kick out of saying first season and, you know, Bruce, thank you, Bruce. Bruce just popped in an anniversary. Bruce Callow, remember him from the 3rd episode? Yes, his book about Costa Rica, To the Stars, Costa Ricans that have worked or are working at NASA, and his second book, Intrepids, about women, Costa Rican women at NASA. Bruce just asked, why? This is awesome. See, everybody, second season, we're going to be doing this. Bruce just asked, why do people act weird during the full moon? Okay. All right. Now, of course, there's the gravitational pull of the moon on the Earth, right? So there you have a force, a real legitimate force that exists in nature, the gravitational force between the Earth and the moon, which is responsible for the tides. In terms of human beings, hey, why don't we ask the Boruca that too? Right? I think ancient peoples have the best knowledge. Oh, greetings from Guanacaste, Juan Hunderes. Yo, Juan, what's up? Right on. See, everybody, second season, we are going to be rolling. Because you know what? If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, you can just punch in stuff like these people are doing. So again, holler at us during these 2 months. We ain't going nowhere. We're going to be right here getting our package together to step correct to the Borucas on September 22nd, right? 2 months from tomorrow, everybody, fall equinox. I mean, just the energy, huh? Maybe we can even find, remember the picture of the 2 spheres that are still submerged in the ground, but they line up with the sunrise? Maybe we can find that site. I'm sure we're going to have to get permissions and whatnot, go through the appropriate channels and protocols, but we're going to do that. We're going to, what's the saying? We're going to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. We're going to have everything in order, and we will be coming to you on the equinox. Hey, If even everybody turned us down, I will have my cell phone in the hotel room. I will walk down to the parking lot. I will point the cell phone at the general direction. I mean, we'll be close, right? We'll stay at one of these hotels. And I'll point the cell phone at the general direction of where the archaeological site is. And I'll catch sunrise coming up over the apartment roof if need be. Hey, maybe even the manager will let me go up to the rooftop, right? Because we're right on the coast. Ooh, can you imagine catching sunrise coming up right with the spheres? I hope that's what I can do. That's my goal. Those of you listening in Costa Rica, if you want to join us, I'm going to put in a full-on package. I'm going to talk to people that are familiar with the Boruca to see what they think would go well in approaching the Boruca, okay? And everything we can do to get our audience later in the day. Ooh, I think equinox was 1 p.m. or something. Ooh, what if we can have our interview with the elders right during the time of spring equinox and tell the elders that? Everything we can think. On that note, pipe into us any ideas you have. Seriously. And those of you who live here in Costa Rica, if you want to join us on September the 22nd, right? Again, we will be arriving on September the 17th. We'll stay till the next day, right? September the 23rd. We are just going to hang out with the Boruca. All right, everybody, we're coming up on the 1 hour mark. I want to thank you for this whole first season of the Natural Physics Show. 12 episodes right on. You joined us on the 3rd year wedding anniversary of me with Tirza. It just doesn't get any better than that. So everybody, all right, tune in next equinox.